What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, the Destroyer, the Giant Slayer, had this to say in regards to Anthony Joshua. He says that Anthony Joshua may have many strategies and he may have many techniques or things that he will try on December 7th, but none of that will matter as soon as I hit him in the mouth. He referenced Mike Tyson's saying that everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. So that's basically what Andy Ruiz is saying, that it doesn't matter on the strategies or techniques. As soon as I chin him, that's going to be all she wrote. Those are the words from Andy Ruiz in regards to Anthony Joshua. And let me do some counterpunching. Look, what Mike Tyson said was true. That's a very true statement. You know, in regards to Andy Ruiz, he feels that when he punches Anthony Joshua, he will resort or revert back to the same way of fighting that he's used to, and the same way of fighting that he's accustomed to rather, is that's what's going to get him beat. That's the philosophy of Andy Ruiz. That's what he thinks. And to counterpunch Andy, first of all, he's true to a certain extent. If Anthony Joshua's not disciplined on his strategy, that happens to a lot of people. What I'm thinking he's saying is, as soon as I hit him, he's going to forget what he's learned in training camp and go with what he knew before training camp, before this tweaked training camp or strategy to beat Andy Ruiz. He's going to do the same things or make the same mistakes that he did before, therefore leaving Andy Ruiz those openings that he had in the first fight. He said is also going to be rounds 8 through, is going to return on round 8. So they're going to pick up where they left off. That's basically what he's saying. Okay. And the thing is, that's a possibility for Andy Ruiz. It's possible that may happen with Anthony Joshua if he doesn't have strategy. But here's the thing. If Anthony Joshua meant as soon as I hit him, I'm going to put him out because his punching power is so superior, Andy Ruiz needs to understand that he's never got stretched on his back before. Okay? Joshua knocked this man on his fucking back for the first time anybody's ever done that. So for him saying, oh, well, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Well, if he's talking about destroying him, what he has to realize is that he can be hurt the same way that Joshua was hurt or knocked out. See, he pretends like this was a one-sided ass beating. In fact, the victory for Ruiz didn't happen until he got dropped himself. See, people look at that like, oh man, he's going to do the same thing. Well, if he can catch Anthony Joshua with the same type of punch right on the button, that could be the case. Mind you, could be the case. But if he doesn't hurt Anthony Joshua with nothing, okay, what kind of fight you think that's going to be? You know what I mean? Unless Joshua comes in gun shy, right? Which I doubt. I think he's more eager to get in there. That's why he's working more on techniques and punches and using the ring, which he should do. That's how you fight shorter fighters. That's just a fact. That has nothing to do with machismo or running or whatever you want to call it. That's how you fight a fighter. Ask Lennox Lewis in regards to David Tua or Mike Tyson when he fought Mike Tyson. You don't fight short, stocky fighters or shorter fighters like you fight someone tall. You fight them with a game plan. You fight them as the advantage of you having the height advantage. Okay? So you could throw all that other shit out of the window. But Andy, I think he's missing the point. And I think that what he does, he's thinking, oh, well, I got the punch from the gods. You know, The punch from the gods was a perfectly placed punch on the temple. If he doesn't land that punch, okay, he's going to have an interesting night himself. So I think, a lot of times what gets a fighter so off the beaten path is when they only talk about or focus on what they can do to a fighter instead of consider the possibilities of what that fighter can do to you back. That's what happens. It's like, man, I want to hit that motherfucker so bad. But then you don't understand that motherfucker could hit you back. And in a sense, I think Andy's worried about all the strategy. It won't matter. I'm going to knock him out. And this, that. That's good. That's good to have confidence like that. But at the same token, understand, if he's pretending that Joshua can't punch. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You forget, like, okay, do you know you're in there with a boxer puncher yourself, sir? You know what I mean? This guy can punch too. This guy didn't have a knockout percentage for, that high for no reason. So I think that would be Andy Ruiz's downfall if he's sitting there thinking, oh, as soon as I punch him and, as soon as I punch him in the face, it's going to be all good. You know what I mean? And little does he know, if he has that game plan, he has to be cautious of Joshua. Okay, and I don't think, honestly, that he's given Joshua too much respect. He's talked some shit over the last few months. You know what I mean? And this is really no exception. I don't think this is really big on trash talk as opposed to, oh, he's not a great fighter, he's not a really good boxer and all that shit, what he did before and all that. And that was really when he had a lot of people in his ear, right? But I think Andy Ruiz, he shouldn't change anything because he did a good job the first time, by beating Joshua. But I think he's looking at Joshua too lightly. That's what I feel. And I don't think this really has anything to do with the fame and anything like that. I just think that he's too confident in the ability that he's just going to go in there and do the same thing and it's going to be that easy. Like he's saying in the media. But of course, we will see December 7th. You guys tell me what you think about Andy Ruiz's comments. Of course, please subscribe. You guys been Counterpunching. Peace.